if you go to Stasi or to Jambek, you want to hear that hit record, right? Have a bad temper from Jambek because he's always just like jumping around. And, oh shit, that's a tough question.
Welcome to the 8th episode of beFesti Backstage with Dennis Quin, real legend who's been in the game for so long. And just like every episode, this one is brought to you by Jägermeister. Thanks for joining us, man.
Thanks for having me, man. Guys.
Yes, thanks.
Yes.
How are you?
I'm very well. I'm actually just got back from the UK. I played in Guildford. That's kind of the Badhoevedorp from London. It's a small town.
Just at the airport or not?
Yeah, it's just like 25 minutes from Heathrow Airport, and it was a good party. So, and actually this weekend I've got Brett, and on Saturday I'm playing at the Levenslang with Job de Jong. So I'm just in between 2 weekends, so I'm doing well.
Great.
Thanks.
So you was just talking about your gig in England. So shit. But it feels like to me that you're still growing in England.
It's crazy. I just counted my gigs from ADE on till the end of the year. Almost 15 gigs in the UK, almost every weekend. And I could safely say that I'm more popular now in the UK than in the Netherlands. But maybe it's due to my sound. I don't know. But I'll let other people judge that. But it's going quite well in the UK.
Yeah, sick.
But that's also because house is also very big in the UK,
right?
With
a twist of UK garage, but not the speed garage one, but more the still groovy, still up until, let's say, 132, 130 BPM. And that's my era, that's my sweet spot, I guess. So, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Do you like to play in the UK?
Yeah, the crowd I love the crowd. And I saw the podcast with Jake. It's not to compare or to diss the Dutch crowd, to be honest, and to be respectful. But it's a different league. People are just going all the way, and a lot of guys, but still they're feeling it. They're still filming, but it's next level. So it just like explodes every time. I was with Job de Jong, You and Me Warehouse Project.
Yeah, I saw that. It was insane.
They call it frogs or pogos or something like that. The guys in the front with the North Face bag. But still, there were a lot of girls as well. But it was super busy, sweaty, and it's fun. So it's quite good. Yeah,
very nice. And how was 2025 as a year? And also, what were the highlights?
It was for me the best year so far, gig-wise. The stuff I did, I did QuINvites a couple of times in Shelter, Colorado Charlie. Those were the highlights. I think Colorado Charlie back with Benny Rodriguez and Kerry Chandler, legends, was one of the highlights for me personally. And I think you need to adopt in different kind of settings at the beach or even at the Ring A10. The highway party was special. So it was an outstanding year for me. And I'm very grateful for all the people that supported me so far. So, yeah.
Okay. You also worked quite a couple of times with Benny and with Kerry. How's your relationship with these guys?
It's safe to say I can call them close friends musically, but also on a personal level. I met Benny quite late. Maybe we can come back on that one later. But I think Benny and Kerry are true legends, but also pure. The way I approach my music is just like being pure, being real, and no phony shit, if I might say. So
okay. And you're one of your major hits, like You're in My System, the remix of that. How did that happen?
Wow. Actually, I recorded the song for my late mom, who passed away in 1992. And I had this idea to write some lyrics, and actually I wrote it within 10 minutes or so on a notepad. And I stepped up to Kerry. I was like, hey, would you like to collaborate on this one? It's very special. And I know Kerry is very sensitive and emotional. So every time I tell him a story, he's like, I want to be part of your emotion in a positive way. So I wrote the lyrics, and he came up with Troy Denary, the singer of You're in My System, everybody knows. But I thought at first it was an American name. So I spoke with Troy for a couple of weeks on WhatsApp in English, and it turns out he was just Dutch. So it was so very stupid. And we recorded that song for my mom and Kerry on FaceTime, I remember. And before I left his studio in Goes in Zeeland, the south of the Netherlands. Troy said, "Oh, one more thing. Do you want the vocal of You're in My System?" I recorded it for Kerry for Southport Weekender Festival. I was like, hell yeah, I would love to have it to make a set edit.
Yeah.
And I started, that was before the AI stem splitter, Suno and all that stuff that's happening now. So I restructured the original with my own beats. And I used Troy's vocal on it, and I just played it. And Kerry got noticed of it, and the label Ibeden Records wanted to release it. So I was like, wow, this is just like ultimate goals. So it was ADE 2019 when I walked at the Leidse Square, going to another meeting, and then in a sudden I got a text from the label manager from Kerry. We got a present for you, the test pressing of You're in My System. I was like, wow, it doesn't get any better than this. Yeah. So that's how it happened. So, and then the 2019 remix came out, and we did another one in 2022, and now Philip George has just, so it's a recycled record without getting bored.
You have like Faster Horses has a remix, Philip George has a remix.
Yeah, we're kind of clever, and it's all about, we spoke about this before the podcast itself, being in the now and not in the past, right? So, of course, it's a classic record, but a lot of new generation clubbers don't know the record or will hear it on Spotify or Deezer or Apple Music for the first time. So you have to be smart and clever to bring it to a new audience. And I think Faster Horses was a great example when the Hard Groove House was at its peak.
Yeah, I think that was the first time like I heard the tune. Like it was the first time I discovered the tune because of that remix.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, really.
That's nice. And then you started to dig back or to the original?
Yeah, I dig back to the original. And it's better. Like the Faster Horses version is really sick. Yeah. And it works really, really well at the party. But the real one is better,
Yeah, well, everybody's got their own emotion and memory and opinion on music. So I'm not here to judge anyone's taste or whatever. You know, it's just like what I play is what I like. And that's how you got to deal with me if you want me. Yeah. So,
And did it open new doors for you, like after this?
Well, absolutely. I think because it's very tricky to put your hands on such a classic record. For instance, if you remix Robin S. Show Me Love, people have high expectations of it, or you will be gone like, it's not as good as the original, and who's this guy doing that? Who does he think he is? Mm-hmm. So it was very, in a positive way, it opened doors so internationally, and it paved the way for me to bring my own sound. So actually, I'm using the same kick drum over and over, which is You're in My System.
Yeah,
still in my production. So it's kind of I wasn't aware at the time, they call it a fingerprint or a blueprint sound, but I think it was the You're in My System remix and the Move Out of My Way one in a year before, 2018, was kind of the direction I wanted to go 4 years before that. So I think it really helped to get more interested in my music from people. Yeah.
And what happened to the remix on Spotify? Like,
I
don't understand. I always see on TikTok, I see people commented it quite a few times.
Let me put it this way. There were some administrative reconstructions, so that's kind of a word, of the Ibeden record label. And that's the reason why we did the 2022 remix or the new version. But eventually it will come back. I get this question like, maybe 10, 15 times a day, DMs, emails. People are really like threatening me. When is it coming back? But it's not for me to say. It's a part of a back catalog, and it needs to be, sometimes it needs to be taken offline to get it back online again. Yeah. That's all I can say about it. But it hasn't got anything to do with illegal sample use because it was an official remix at the time. And it's still for sale on vinyl, but you have to pay a lot of money, I guess. It's going from $190 or €200 or something like that. So it's crazy. Yeah, so it's a collector's item.
Yeah. Would be a good investment if it doesn't get back.
It's just like,
maybe we'll hang multiple of them here in the studio, and then we can sell them in a few years.
It would be nice.
And if we get back to the start, like how did it all start? Like,
well, as a kid, as I told you, my mom passed away when I was 15 years old in 1992. So the fast calculators can guess my age or calculate my age right now. And I was always into music. Music was my savior. I played keys. I actually adopted everything I heard on the radio, I wanted to replay it. And I'm still doing that nowadays, fast forward with edits and set edits most of the time. And I think I chose for my education more than I wanted. I pursued a music career. So I did my education, economics. I worked at Sony at a distributor. So I sold a lot of like audiovisual equipment in boardrooms and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And it was up until COVID when I realized maybe I should change my profession drastically. So actually in 2019, I said to my girlfriend, I wanted to quit my job. I was there for 15 years or something like that in the audiovisual company.
Yeah.
And but then COVID hit, so I was like, "Oh fuck, what should I do?" So luckily, I could apply for another job during COVID. But I soon realized, like, I was looking at You're in My System framed at the wall. Like, if I don't do it right now, it will never ever happen again. So then I'm really an old man, and always thinking about, I wish I did it. I wish I took the risk. So actually, straight after COVID, I quit my day job, and here we are now, 4.5 years fast forward.
Yeah.
So that's briefly my background.
So and when did you start with producing and DJing? Like,
well, DJing was before that. Occasionally as a bedroom DJ, so I played some parties. And before COVID, I was at a booking agency already. And I worked with Roog and Eric E. for Housequake as a side producer. So that was my kind of hobby back at the time, to produce music and to DJ occasionally. And then you got asked for some gigs. So I did some festivals back in the days, and but it wasn't that serious full time up until COVID. So actually it's just quite 4 years ago, when it started all to go this way. So yeah.
And what was the reason that it went all up from that moment, do you think?
I think I realized I just wanted to do as I saw it, as I see it. Don't meet other people's expectations. And I was in a certain corner of, you call it credibility or sound. And I had a vision of being independent, more Dennis Quin, and to build your brand music-wise. So I think it took me a lot of time to work on my sound, but yeah, I'm super happy the way it goes right now. So does that answer your question a little bit?
Yeah.
I was forgetting the question.
And what was you thinking about with credibility? Like,
yeah, well, sometimes you're afraid because I'm a little bit older. I'm maybe not a young kid who is starting at school, producing, going out with friends. You have this train. And in a sudden stop or at the end of the train, Dennis Quin just enters like, here I am. Who is this guy? Where is he from? He hasn't got like a really history on doing gigs or being young and being 20 and doing all this the shows. So it was kind of reflecting to myself, like I said, I don't want to be afraid anymore of what other people think. So, and that was the moment it blew off, just so I'm very happy the way it goes right now.
Yeah. So it was a good decision.
Absolutely. The best decision of my life. Yeah. I don't see it as work. And sometimes it's, you keep going. And I know at the start I was there 24 hours. Every night I woke up like I couldn't sleep. I had this idea of producing, of vision, and I wanted too fast. So actually 4 years ago, I was in my head where I'm right now. So sometimes things need time, right? So
it still keeps going. Like
it's just this train.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And this year was your best year, you said, like?
Yeah. Gig-wise, the stuff I did a lot of shows in the US as well. Actually, I got my working visa 3 years ago. It's actually going to be renewed this year. Did Miami a couple of times. I did a tour in Washington, D.C., New York, New Jersey, San Francisco. And so that's kind of new for me. It was back then to bring my sound over there. And actually, I'm going to Miami and Denver in January again. Okay. And like the ultimate goal I always had was I would like to play in Space Miami. And now it's going to happen.
So it's
really?
going to happen, really?
Scoop. So the 24th of January, I'm playing at the Terrace at Space. I played at Floyd. That's the smaller club next to it. I don't know if you know it, but it's the same owner. And I did an all night with Miss Mada. Shout out to Miss Mada. It was such a vibe, and the owner stepped up to me. We need to make it happen. And so now I'm playing on a Friday. I'm doing Denver with Insomniac, an all-nighter, and then on Saturday I'm flying to Miami doing the Terrace Peak Time.
Yeah, well, that are really big dreams.
Like I said, it's just like 4 years ago. I was like, if I am ever able to play at Space, that's the full circle thing, and and now it's happening. So I'm super proud.
And why did you wanted to play at Space Miami, that specific place?
Because it's such a sick venue, and it's just like in the US, I think it's the number one. Well, you have Coachella Festival. That's something I probably will never play. Being humble saying that. But yeah, Space is next level in the US, especially Miami. So that's opening doors, hopefully, for other promoters doing tours as well. And there are a lot of requests from the US as well as of from spring next year. So yeah.
How is the USA as a party place? Because we've never been to there.
No, not yet.
The funny thing is, I did Miami Music Week 2 years ago for Piff at Factory Town, and there was Elro. That was the main stage, so a lot of confetti and stuff happening, and CO2 cannons. And we played at the second area. That was the Piff stage. So I had this assumption: okay, US is tech house, like snare rolls, and so I prepared my set a little bit. Normally, I don't prepare my sets, but I made a playlist of some tech house bangers just in case. And I remember I took over the previous DJ, and nothing was happening when I was playing this tech house vibe. So I was like, oh shit. Then I started to play the Dungeon Meat one, the Naminous one. And in a sudden, the whole crowd went crazy. It just like went off. So I was like, okay, you have to stay true to your own groove. Well, people will buy tickets for you or for the show, for Piff, and they expect Dennis Quin to play his sound and not to step away too much from what other people's expectations are. So actually, UK grooves for me and house grooves work perfectly in the US. Everywhere. I played in Washington. That was a basement party. It was one of the best parties of last year. Yeah, for sure. Shout out to the househeads, guys.
How is Factory Town then? Because that's very huge, right? Because I saw like there are 6 stages.
Yeah, it depends. Well, Miami Music Week, they have like smaller stages and a bigger stage. It's just like a hybrid area, I guess. Something like Thuishaven, which is more firm. Yeah. You have the Loads and Circus and the main. You can compare it with Thuishaven actually, with different areas, covered, uncovered. And it's just like an industrial side of Miami downtown. So it's very nice to play over there. I've played there 2 or 3 times. 2 times for sure. Yeah.
Okay. And is Miami Music Week comparable to ADE?
Yeah.
Because,
you see a lot of Dutch people on the streets over there during Miami Music Week. I must say that everybody's like, oh, it's kind of overhyped. Just sometimes ADE is, high expectations, but it's more about networking. I'm not a guy who is going to ultra to enjoy myself. No. So I'm more on the streets, having a drink with some guys from the industry or just American people to have a chit chat with. And but it's a great vibe. Every hotel or ice cream bar is a venue, just like ADE. I always say so. Yeah.
And we need to go there next year.
Come along, come with me.
We want to. We need to find a sponsorship for that for the Miami trip. Yeah. We need to ask Jägermeister.
And you also said that you really like timeless music, but what is timeless music in your opinion?
Without sounding like an old man, timeless music is not from the past for me. It's just like something you can play for years and years without getting expired or something like that for myself. So actually, I recently rediscovered some tracks I made 5 years ago or something like that and are doing quite well. I remember I played a track with Jembeck at Strafwerk and he was like, I never heard this tune. I'm like, I guess I made it in 2017 or 18. Well, the mixdown wasn't as good as I can say as right now in my music, but still it has this banging groove and it's minimal. And so that's timeless music for me and not playing classics all the time. So it's just like not jumping. It's very hard to, because all is about hype now, especially TikTok. And once it's unreleased, everybody's ID bro. And I guess you saw this AI generated comic I made of myself, like ID bro, unreleased.
I saw
it's
that.
kind of funny, but it's reality right now. So people are really want to know what the track is all about. And once it drops, it's gone. It's just like sugar water, sugar candy. So it disappears instantly. And I tend to do timeless music, not releasing all the stuff I make because I've got so many tunes which probably will never be released. But I want to spread it out more. So the right moment, just like Rock and Roll, I waited and waited for it, and I got offers from other labels, but I was like, no, I should like release it just 2 weeks before ADE. That's the right moment. That felt right. So yeah.
So I think Stassi said that in the TikTok comments, he wanted to release all of his music at the end of his career. Is that something that you would like to do? Like give people all your tunes?
Well, I did it. And I was thinking on the way over here in my car about doing a giveaway at the end of the year. I did last year like a Christmas present with some special edits for free, or just like 50 cents on Bandcamp, just to show some appreciation to the people who follow me and listen to my music and come to my shows. And but I don't think I want to save it all up till the end of my career. What's the end of my career? I don't know. You know,
you never know.
I will go on forever or not. As long as people book me, I'm just there. And I'm an older guy, and I'm aware of it, but it's in my advantage. And at first I saw it as a disadvantage, as a threat, because will you get booked when you're late 40s or whatever? And now I look at my fan base; they're quite young, and they're your age and even younger. So they call me the house uncle in a positive way. I hope.
They also call Sam Alfred always uncle. I always see it like it's a good thing. It's a good thing.
It's a good thing, and I embrace it, and it is what it is. It's as long as you're making people happy and smile on your dance floor, and I can enjoy it myself, because that's the most important. I never saw it as a job, or technically it is, but financially it is. But I don't see it when I perform. I'm just like, I like to tease, to tempt people with my new sounds they never heard before, or just like some samples from the 90s in a new way. And that's the way I try to mix and mash everything I do. So yeah.
And you also collab with like the younger generation, like Jambek and Job de Jong. And how is that connection? And
we didn't have a track together just yet. Maybe in the near future, but who knows? But I played a lot of shows with Jambek and Job de Jong as well. Actually, this weekend again, I'm doing partly an all-nighter with. I'm doing an all-nighter with Job in 2 weeks in Fabric London. So that's all night long. It feels like, being respected by the younger guys, but also helping them with their career from my point of view, music-wise, and being friends, actually, as musical friendship. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and I love to see how the guys are doing right now, and it's also my gateway to the younger generations to get booked separately on the same lineup or back to back. I don't want to play back to back all the time, but being more how do you call it, selective with people I vibe musical with. And I think Job de Jong is a great example of, he's got that sexiness in his house music, which I really love. And Jambek is more like, you couldn't get have a bad temper from Jambek, because he's always just like jumping around. And you saw that. Did you see the video of Strafwerk where we played back to back? Just like
it was just jumping.
It was just one happy egg, we say in Holland. Yeah.
The track you just mentioned, I think I saw that one, and he went crazy. Like the timeless track you just mentioned.
Is it yours? I'm like, Jake, don't over-exaggerate it. Don't overdo it. But that's Jake, and he's pure, and I love pure people. I think
for sure.
And are there other DJs who you vibe with musically? You outside of Job de Jong and Jambek?
Benny. Of course, that's easy scoring answer. Benny for sure, but also Sluwe Voss. I really love the way he brings his energy Chris Stassi as well. I've got a lot of contact with Chris, with Niels as well about the music stuff. And we don't always have the same taste, but it's good to have like the third and fourth eye or third and fourth ear to reflect your music with. And sometimes he plays my music. And
quite a lot still, right?
I saw that.
Yeah,
exactly.
But also Bernski, Kepler, Josh Baker, even Michael Bibi. That's a different... It's for me, those are legends in their own way, in their own sound. And I don't want to try to be specifically at their sound spectrum, if that makes sense. But it's good to have like a wide supporting range of artists in all levels, in all kind of leagues, to have your sound being adopted. And it's kind of, for me, I became a lot more clever than I used to be before, because I send out all my music to everyone, even the local DJ, with all due respect here at the Grand Cafe or whatever. And now I'm just like, oh, maybe this is something for Jamie Jones, or this is something for Benny or Sluwervos or Job or whatever artist, or Bernski. And then I'm like, sometimes you have this assumption, oh, that would really work. And then like, no, I like your UK garage stuff a lot more. And then, it's being part of being supported. That's very important as well. Still being supported.
Is that important in the promotion for your music, for who plays it?
I guess so, yeah. It's kind of a strategy I have in my head. And sometimes I write it down and make a time frame of what I want to achieve with my music. And if you don't have that much shows, support is very important for younger generation artists or people who are up and coming. But if you do have a lot of gigs, you must find a sweet spot that you don't give away all your cards at once, to play it yourself, to have your own content, if you like it or not. It's all about content nowadays, as you guys know.
True. Fuck content. We would never do that.
But I don't want to get the impression of people, oh, Dennis Quin is just there for the content, right? So there you have it again, back to timeless music. That's my DNA, and hopefully people will sense that through the way I move behind the DJ booth, or just like being happy with my own sound. And that's basically the main thing.
Like, I think a lot of people these days are buying a ticket for a DJ because of the content, and not for a whole set. Like, they're not checking a complete set on SoundCloud in general.
No. Yeah, it's all just fast forward, next. So that's why Spotify edits always need to have the theme right within 10 seconds. The theme of the song, like the Jamback one, for instance, like the famous hook needs to be at front. So people, oh, that's that tune. And otherwise they will skip it after 10 seconds.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
The attention value is very, very short nowadays.
Yeah, I have the same problem. If I can't even listen to a podcast when I'm doing something else. But when I'm in the train, I can listen to a podcast. But
cool.
Yeah. But how do you view this? What's your opinion on now it's all about the content and faster? And
you have to embrace it and play the game cleverly. My dad always told me, play the game, but make your own rules. And I don't want to be this guy like, oh, social media is just like fucked and everything is for content. It's part of being an artist right now, being visible. And even the US promoters and Australian promoters are asking me for Spotify, Instagram, TikTok, geographics, demographics. So they want to see where your fan base is. So it's all about people offline in the real world on a dance floor, buying tickets, and online views and likes. And I stopped caring about likes. It needs to grow organically. And I think if you're really authentic towards yourself, it will come naturally, or it doesn't, and it's fine, you know. Then you always have your music as the main DNA.
True.
So I'm starting to. I think I can safely say I'm starting to get clever on TikTok nowadays, even more than Instagram.
You love to fuck around on TikTok. I saw a clip of your hotel in England.
Yeah, that's it's just like a it's just like it looked like a fucking prison over here. What's this? I was am I kidnapped or?
It wasn't looking that good, no.
No, it was a very cozy hotel, but like the entrance, I stepped out the elevator. I'm like, is dit the Bijlmer Bias or something like that? What happened? You know, that's old school Bijlmer Bias. Doesn't exist anymore, but the Koepel Scheveningen or something.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just trial and error, and as long as you, I remember I played at in Lab 11 Birmingham, and I made this edit of Dirty Cash even before Pausa did it.
Yeah.
So I had this classic rework version of Dirty Cash, and I played it. Of course, I'm quite smart. EastEnders crowd, bit commercial, bit like UK. They want to sing along. And this clip is still on my TikTok. You have to check it. This girl is just singing like Daddy Cash, very very out of key.
Daddy Cash, I want you! Daddy Cash, I need you!
Yeah.
And I was walking back on Schiphol Airport and like, guys, I just met this fantastic female singer-songwriter. Could you please bring me in contact with her or something like that? Because she smashed it. And then again, this clip, like, and she actually sent me a DM. Oh, I would love to work with you. And I'm like, I'm so sorry. This was a joke of mine to gain likes and followers. Well, I'm not trying to bash people and respect people. I do respect people. I don't want to bash online because that's something that's easy scoring if you do it. But in my way, some sense of humor works next to previews or unreleased Tuesdays, which I do a lot on my Instagram even more.
Yeah, and it's also really important to show something of yourself these days on TikTok because people also follow you because of the person, not only because of the music.
True. So, yeah, I totally agree with that. And they wanna hear the story behind the track or the way to a gig. And it's also finding the sweet spot. And nobody's. I think for me, I tried it a lot of times when I traveled to the airport or being picked up by the driver to shoot some content. So it needs to tell a story, and it's not only behind the scenes because people know how a plane seat looks and know how even business class looks. So probably I will do a story. Wow, thanks Miami. If I got upgraded to business class, I probably will post it on my stories, but I'm not the guy who's posting that on my timeline because I don't want to be seen as a certain guy, you know? That's more my humbleness, I guess.
Yeah, it's also pretty difficult to tell a story, I think, because we did like day in the lives back in the days, you know? So we went with DJs on a day in the life, but like if you just follow someone, there's not really anything happen when you go on a day with a DJ.
Yeah. Like, it's kind of boring, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, just like we can walk in The Hague right now or just go to Amsterdam and have a better content item than seeing trolleys and headphones all the time and stress. And
exactly.
It was that we came up with some ideas to do with MCRT. Otherwise, the world would have happened.
Yeah, we went to a karaoke bar. That made it spicy. That made it good. But I don't think that's something a lot of DJs do.
With sound recording of your vocal ability, or
no, not mine. I wasn't joining, sadly.
Okay,
couldn't go.
Yeah, but I think in general, it's just like the way I feel comfortable with doing content is part of being me, and what you see is what you get. And I don't want to act. I did some stuff in the studio to try with a pink hat or some funny glasses on, which is me actually. So it's not to be acted, but I stopped doing that. It's just like more about the music. But sometimes it's just like, what should I try next? It's kind of how do you call it? It's sugar rush, right? So if you got a post that's going quite well with a music clip or whatever, you don't expect it. You're like, what's the sweet spot on TikTok? It doesn't work on Instagram and the other way around.
TikTok is such a difficult app.
Yeah,
like we also don't understand it.
No.
Like we had 3 months when it went so hard, but after that it was just over.
Crashed.
Yeah, but so do you think out all of your social media content by yourself or?
Yeah.
Oh yeah? Okay.
Yeah. I do it myself, and I love to work with editing software like Movavi, or even it's called Splice as well on your iPhone, so you can edit very fast on the fly. And I bought this gimbal camera, the DJI camera. So that's the auto following one. But normally I just film with my iPhone once I'm playing there. And but of course, like on carousels on Instagram, it's important to have good quality videos. But sometimes if a crowd goes off in a bad quality video, it's even better than very strict, very high edited quality videos as well. But it's more part of the profile, I guess.
Yeah, those bad filmed videos really show the atmosphere sometimes. Like you really feel the vibe when it's a good recording. You don't really feel the vibe through your phone.
Correct. Yeah,
that really
but
works.
It feels authentically, your content. Like sometimes it's a little bit funny, I found. And
Oh, do you think so? It feels,
okay, it feels very natural to me when I checked your Instagram. So I really thought that you will do it by yourself.
Thanks. I do. Yeah, I enjoy it. So sometimes it's just like, I wanted to make new music, but if I don't get any inspiration at a certain day, I want to do like DQ diggings, making a short video on TikTok of old records, records from my record collection, and just being busy. And then sometimes I discovered this record, like, oh wow, I can make a new version of this or use a certain sound in my new production, and there you have it. It's all about gathering inspiration from content as well. So yeah,
cool. And you've also started your label, Eardrums, right?
Eardrums Records, yes.
Because someone told you like something about their eardrums or something.
I remember. Yo, mate, you just held my eardrums in it. I'm like, oh, Eardrums, that's a great name. Like Eardrums, my music is very percussion orientated. So drums, there you have it for your ears, but also eardrums to heal your eardrums with my sound. So it's kind of funny name, and a good friend of mine did the graphic design, which I'm very happy with. So it's kind of cartoonish as well. And a lot of releases are planned for next year. A new one is coming in February from a very talented artist. I'm not going to say the name yet.
Okay.
But he's one to watch for sure. And there you have it again, timeless on vinyl. Every release will be on vinyl as well. So trying to build my back catalog with that. So I shipped a lot of records on Bandcamp Friday. I was like, oh, I need to go to the post office like 4 times a day to get it all shipped. And now luckily a company is doing that for me. So
yeah, that's better.
Yeah. But it's also I did some notes with every records, or I sent a personal message to everyone who bought the vinyl, like, thanks for supporting my music, enjoy the music, your records is on its way. And I would love that if my idol is sending me a DM, even if it's auto-generated, it's just the personal touch.
Yeah, true.
I definitely want to bring that over in my music and in my record label.
Yeah.
And are you still planning to release your own music on other labels? Because still.
Yeah, a little bit less than the last couple of years, to be more selective and focus on my own label. That makes sense. But I've got a lot of demos, and there's a You and Me EP coming up. I'm working with 360 as well, and some other labels will come as well. So,
is there still any label that you really want to release on? Like,
that's
almost released
dangerous
on,
to say in a podcast.
Yeah,
There are.
Yeah,
that's a short answer. Best answer ever. Well, I love Fuse. I love Enzo Siragusa's vibe. There are some other specific labels I really love the music with, but it's more focusing on my own label now, to be in charge. And I was frustrated a lot of years ago, and even up until last year, that sometimes it takes ages to get your music signed, or it's political games you need to play, or it's very hard. And then you get frustrated because you want to have your musical baby out, right?
Yeah.
That's why I started my own label. And I did it during pandemics. I started DQ series, the pink one and the yellow one. But that was a tryout. It cost me a lot of money to press colored vinyl back then. And I released it just when everything opened up. So that was bad timing because people were saving money to go back to festivals again.
Yeah.
So I learned from that era. And now my vinyl sales is going quite well. But back to your question, sometimes it's hard to plan, if an opportunity comes or a good friend asks you for a track on a various artist EP, you will do it. That's the same for Kepler and Bernski. Like I did 2 Constant Sound EPs. Yeah. Probably will do one more next year if you asked me, or if the time is right. So, but the main focus is Eardrums. Yeah.
Do you also think that because of social media that it feels like the planning is too slow for labels? But back in the days, there wasn't really hype about unreleased tunes. Like that's the reason why releases need to come faster.
Yeah, but everything has its own time span and time scale nowadays, even with social media. The problem is though that you saw it with the Jamback one. Chris Tassi was, I guess, the first one played it or exclusive playing it.
Yeah.
So everybody was dying for that specific track. And the problem is once it comes out, it's good for Jamback, it's good for the label, it's good for his profile. But sometimes it's very hard to, once it's out, it's just like old. And that's the time we're living in now, right now.
But when you have your own label, you can release in like 4 weeks after the hype started. Like that's easier than when you need to release it on a big label.
For sure, yeah. Well, if you press on vinyl, you need to calculate 8 weeks now. So it's quite good, still 8 weeks ahead. But if you do it digital, I can actually call my label manager right now and say, listen, mate, we need to do it right now because there's some hype going on. If that's the decision we need to take overnight. Next week it's on Beatport, Spotify, everywhere, you know. So it's very easy to release music, but the timing is is the difficult thing for yourself, and it doesn't make sense to release music in this period in December or even
Christmas
January.
songs.
Yeah.
Well, maybe
in the charts.
True.
Yeah, but actually, end of November, I was always taught like that's the deadline for releasing in the current year, and otherwise you need to work January, February, March, end of January to start a new season. Miami Music Week, Summer Festival, the first festivals, etc. So it's all about timing.
Yeah,
and it doesn't make sense to release a festival banger right now. Right, so you better wait till April or something like that.
So that was the reason they said you shouldn't release in December, or were there? Okay.
Yeah, because all the shops will close and people are, just going to Christmas. And vinyl is a different story because if I give you a vinyl for Christmas, that's a gift, right? It's something you can hold and can touch.
True.
So that's but digital music is a different thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And does all the managing and all the stuff you're doing for your label takes up much time, or?
Yeah, but I've got a team. I'm working with Simon, who worked with me on Move Out of My Way, and with Gary Chandler as well. And Simon is also a good friend of mine. Simon is taking care of the label, the business side, the distribution. So I don't need to worry about putting it up on Bandcamp with the right artwork. So that's being taken care of. And we have every month we have this meeting online or face-to-face about strategy and signing artists. And at the end of the day, it's me to decide if I feel the music from other artists or put out my own EP. And of course, you have the business side and the creative part.
Yeah.
And sometimes that clashes big time. I've had it in the past, like, well, we need another hit record. And then the producer, the creative part is like, I'm not feeling it anymore. I don't have any inspiration to create another hit record or something like that. I hate the term hit record, but yeah.
And how do you deal with that?
It's maybe boring to say, but it's just like do what you feel and don't overthink things. If it feels right, just do it. And sometimes you lose money with a label, especially vinyl. It's not like getting rich from vinyl sales. It's actually trying to break even nowadays. If you sell 500 copies of your own record, then you must be very happy. Then you're making a little bit of profit, but it's at the end of the day, it's a return of investment on your own brand, that being Dennis Quin. People are starting to dig my music, and I've had through the Rock and Roll EP a lot of people buying previous EPs as well in the same shipment. So that's showing how it goes. So but yeah, it takes a lot of time. But having the business side being taken care of, financial, so statement-wise, contract-wise with other artists, it's just a relief for me to have a guy like Simon working with me on that. Yeah.
So you also have your own event, QuINvites. Did you already think about connecting the label and the event, or
no?
No,
no, it's going to be QuINvites. Actually started when I was asked by a venue, Toffler Rotterdam, to do Dennis Quin Invites, and I'm like, QuINvites. It's a funny name.
It sounds good. Yeah, it's a good
really
one.
Good actually, it is what it is, but it gained a lot of more philosophy, being with my friends, with my well-respected artists around me, and not showing off a timetable during the night, but like gathering in the booth, and people will sense that. So that's when QuINvites started, and we did Shelter, Colorado Charlie, XOYO in London. What else did we did? Brett did with Late Law, and some more editions coming up. Shelter on the 9th of January. This is the first New Year's edition. And it's not like I want to do 5 or 6 editions every year, as long as it feels right. Colorado Charlie will be another edition in August, next summer. And Eardrums is just a label, and I hope one day Eardrums will be more like a music community rather than an event name or something around me, because Eardrums isn't around me, it's my label, but I wanted to be more versatile with other artists as well, a specific sound which I love to play, but it's more timeless music. Like that was a very good question because it comes back now.
Yeah. But it could be like, I think Chada does that. It could be a good way to promote your next releases, like giving the artist that's releasing something on your label, a slot at your own event, right? Or
you could combine it, but it's just like it goes parallel to each other right now. So I've got my own gigs every weekend.
Yeah.
QuINvites is just something special, and the only thing is I love to do it at good locations where everything is well arranged for the artist, a good backstage, good hospitality. I don't want to end up in venues which you rather don't like to play. So I could have done the US during Miami Music Week with QuINvites, but at the end of the day, we pulled back because the venue wasn't right. There wasn't like a good sound equipment and something like that. And then it's a big risk to actually damage your name if you do it. So
yeah, that's true. That's also why we're pretty scared of doing own events.
Yeah,
like there are a lot of people asking us like, do you want to do your own event? But if it's not perfect, it
has to be perfect.
Damage your name.
Yeah.
Well, it's never perfect, but at least you can just work, take more time and don't do it overnight. And,
exactly.
Or it should happen spontaneously when you're getting asked by a venue that you already know to host a second room and then take it from there. Would be my advice.
Yeah, true.
But sounds cool, beFesti events.
I don't know. Like it's kind of difficult if you do it in a commercial way because then it feels like you're using your platform to, if you're selling tickets for high fees. So that's a bit of the difficult thing. And we want to do next level things.
Yeah.
But to do next level things, it's pretty difficult. We have something sick hopefully coming up, maybe.
We want to do something.
I saw Earwax dropping parties with a collaboration.
Yeah.
And was it London or Glasgow? I don't know. I saw it yesterday coming online. So they're doing events as well, but still there are like a promotional company, like actually just like you.
Yeah.
And they started to do it with another company as well to collab on that. So maybe that's an option in the later future.
Yeah, I feel like you also have Break the Wire in England who's doing that. Like they had Job at the lineup, but he cancelled because of his ears. But they are also doing that. So it's definitely possible.
Yes, but collaborating with an event is, I think, the best option, right?
Yeah, that's what we're definitely going to.
We need to do that if we want to.
Yeah, like you need to do we need to do what we can do. Like we're not organized. We can't host events, but we're good in. We know things about music. We're good in social media. So that's
content.
But it's all about branding. If you are able to host, even to start a very small stage or even an open truck at a very cool festival during summer. And you can label your name on it. That would be the start of that people will go online. You have content, etc. So
true.
And our advantage is that we can maybe attract DJs when we record the content. We create a lot of views because we have a huge following. So maybe something in that
maybe
way.
We should record some sets this summer. I don't know. Maybe.
Maybe.
Why not?
Yeah, and I also want to ask something about your producing. Do you produce with a lot of analog equipment, or
no? I do have some analog gear, but I barely use it anymore. The only one I use is the Jupiter X. That's kind of having it all the SH-101, all the legendary Roland stuff. That's a big keyboard or a big synthesizer. And I've got a Yamaha DX7, but I also got it emulated digital. And it's very easy when I start up. I don't want to get like stressed out about MIDI mapping or channels or something like that. I'm not really a technical producer in that way. It needs to work. And I remember a guy I knew from my previous job who was in the broadcast engineering, like camera equipment, switches, routers, etc., who connected all my studio hardware. But during the time it all got messed up and some things don't work anymore. I'm like, oh shit, it needs to be plug and play rather than plug and pray. Plug and pray. Digital most of the time. A lot of sampling, a lot of like sound engineering in a way I can make from an old vocal. I can make a synth, really. So I tune things, I flip things, and it's just like the old MPC just jamming. And I don't have any plans during the day, even tomorrow when I've got a whole studio day planned for one meeting with my agency. Other than that, I'm in the studio. And I don't know what I'm coming up with. I've got this UK Garage special at Thuishaven in
Yeah, I saw
2
that.
weeks, 3-hour set. So I'm really into speed garage, UK Garage, other than maybe some more extremer tracks than you already know I would play.
Mm-hmm.
So it could have been the case that tomorrow I've got like a lot of time to be reserved to dig through music or ask friends to send me music, other DJs. But it could be the case that I'm just standing in my studio like, oh, I've got this sick idea, and then ending up with 2 tracks on one day, all digital. So all sampling and stuff.
Is there a specific way for you to look for samples? Like, do you have a tactic for that, or is it just finding something randomly?
Finding something randomly.
Yeah.
But I do use Samplet. That's an AI generated tool on YouTube.
Yeah.
So you can search for, let's say, soulful house or even hardcore or tech house, and you can select a certain era and the amount of views. So you get like the deeper, the basement of YouTube kind of content coming back, music, and then it's like, oh, this is sick. I want to create something like that, or I get the sample resung or replayed. I'm very adaptive when it comes to replaying samples or make it my own without you knowing it. It's a sample from an old record. Todd Terry is one of the inspirators for me, like the groove. You will hear the snare from Todd Terry. I actually called that Todd Terry a couple of years ago. Yo, brother, are you okay? I'm using your snare. No, man, just kill it. Just go ahead, make it badass. And yeah, that was something I always like. You can sample a snare or a kick and a hi-hat. That's everything you buy or just sample from Splice is sampled from original hardware or software or even other records or AI generated nowadays. So it's a very gray area where you can take your sounds or create your original ones. I'm not a sound designer. I'm not like a synthesis kind of builder. I teach at the Herman Brood Academy. Some other guys are really well. Even Marcelo, he's just like master degree of
Did you
building.
teach them there?
No, it was the year before he graduated. He's an alumni now, like officially graduated. And I started the year after.
Oh, yeah.
So I did have Job de Jong. Lasse Top is still on there. And some young talented guys, Fabio Santos. You've heard that name. Jembek mentioned him as well. But Job was my student as well. So
sick.
I told Job, you be on time the last half year. Just finish to get your certificate. And but it's very inspiring. And we have a lot of other people from the industry who are sound designers, who are very keen on making stuff with AI. We have pop, rock, hip hop, and dance. I'm at the dance section. I'm doing it as a freelancer, so only 1 day a week to be there to guide the guys with their productions. So that's inspiring me as well, seeing new ways of creating sounds. I'm like, wow, I never knew that was happening. And you can adopt it in your own style.
Did you discover there a style you didn't know about that was coming up? Like there was someone...
I discovered the hard groove 2-3 years ago. I was like, oh, this is really fast. And, it wasn't really my thing, but I see trends come and go. So the first year now is more about house, more about melodic kind of stuff, even dubstep. And you also have the guys from the south of the Netherlands, Breda, Tilburg. They're making like hardstyle or hard techno nowadays. But EDM has died off. So luckily,
better. We're done with
EDM
that.
hater. A lot of house, a lot of UK garage. So those are the guys I reflect with, and I actually give them advice. But they also inspire me every single week. Like, how did you get this idea? Yeah, my dad used to listen to Jeremy Sylvester, like an old, I think he's from London, either way from the UK, an old UK garage legend, and he got that sample from that track his dad has on vinyl. So I try to learn how they get inspiration to see how I can help them with stuff as well. So
really cool.
Yeah. I was ahead of your question about school, right?
There was a question from a follower. He was asking like, how many days a week are you walking around in the Herman Brood Academy? But one day a week.
Yeah, 1 day a week, because Otherwise, you need to be certified as an official teacher. You need to have an education for 3 or 4 years or something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe in the future, who knows? But I enjoy it the way it is.
Yeah.
And I couldn't do more because of my gigs and my preparing my own label and stuff like that. So one day I'm out of my studio, going to the Herman Brood Academy in Utrecht and doing my thing, and then getting inspired by the guys and helping them. Yeah.
Well, I will look for the other questions from our followers because that was the first one.
Yeah.
How would you describe the Dutch sound compared to the UK sound?
That's a tough question because the Dutch sound is more from the 90s when I went out for the first time to Club It, Palace in Zaandam. That's kind of the really clubby Dutch club sound.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of like UK influences and there isn't like really a Dutch club sound anymore. From international point of view, people would say Stassi,
solo and
solo kind of, but is it really Dutch? I don't know. It's just like more an international sound. And it's a coincidence that they're from the Netherlands, right?
Yeah,
so,
and they are bigger in the UK than they are in the Netherlands, probably.
So answer to that question is I don't see it specifically as a UK sound. It's something different that I know. I try to know what works in the UK. I can play a same track in Thuishaven, Shelter, or even Brett, and it doesn't do anything. And in the UK, it goes off because I know it has been a hit record in the 90s.
Yeah.
So, for instance, BBD, Let Me Be Your Fantasy, or even a Disclosure edit, White Noise. If there's a dead element in your set and you play an edit of it, it goes off. Whether you play it in Shelter, everybody's like, yeah, nice.
Yeah, yeah. Disclosure is so big in the UK, but they're still really big. But here in the Netherlands, you don't really have a lot of people talking about that.
Yeah.
Only like UK inspired artists.
And it's all a matter of I can tell that I'm playing in Liverpool with Julian Anthony and Laidlaw on one lineup. I also look at my well-respected artist on the lineup itself. So I don't need to play a Disclosure edit every single set. I don't need to play You're in My System every single set.
Yeah.
But as soon as I'm playing in 93 Feet East, for instance, and the vibe is there and people are just begging for it. Yeah, it's just like if you go to Stassi or to Jamback, you want to hear that hit record, right? So it's finding the sweet spot of not doing the same set over and over again, because that's automatic mixing at the end of the day. And I want to be fresh. I want to play new stuff amongst old stuff. So not every single set is the same.
Yeah, true. And I think also a lot of DJs that play a lot of the same sets also don't think about the fact that like the fans that are coming to your shows the most don't want to hear constantly your popular tunes. Like only the people that go with the hype want to hear those tunes in general, I think.
Yeah, it's hard to, from a DJ, from an artist point of view, even producer point of view, to take that in consideration, because sometimes it's just the right moment to bring that track over and over again. But sometimes you disappoint people. I had people stepping up to me, why didn't you play You're in My System? Or why didn't you play Rock and Rule or Be There? So I try to explain them individually after a set when I'm closing. It wasn't the right vibe I was in, and I'm so sorry I disappointed you. But maybe next show I will play it. So it's I never prepare my set. I remember I did, and I got like very static. So now I've got my playlist. I know where I can find my music, and of course I will make a special UK garage playlist for instance, for Thuishaven, so I can easily find it. But I never try to make transitions in advance, because you never know what the vibe will be on the floor.
Yeah, and that's the whole part of being a DJ. Like, exactly. If you prepare everything, then it's not really a DJ set anymore.
And how many tracks are there to pick from if you're playing? Like, on your playlist?
On my USBs?
Yes.
Wow, a lot. Sometimes I strip my playlist back, because I've got this summer playlist which is due now because it's winter. So I slowly transform it and I get rid of some tracks. But I've also got my spare USB sticks with the tracks it's like a new playlist with tracks I just discovered or just made myself. I can select, and I've got my proven and tested playlist for festivals or clubs. So, but for Kerry, I did a Kerry back to back with Benny. I selected, for instance, QuINvites, Kerry, raw, soulful, tribal, and warm up, because I did the warm up. So I work like 4 or 5 tracks next to each other, so I can easily select one. Oh, that's one that's coming along with the other one, the previous one. So that makes sense. I've got my kind of Latin Afro kind of house with Kerry, because he can go that way as well. So I want to adopt to that, or timeless music, classics. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, the next question from a follower. We had, what do you think of the fact that people see us one of the OGs of the house scene in the Netherlands?
Well, I would never call myself that, because I don't see myself. I'm very humble. But yeah, it's a big compliment. And like I told you before, it's super strange that 4 years ago I just started doing it full time.
Yeah.
And now we're here. So I don't have that history of starting like being 20 and slowly going into the game, more on the background and doing my day job. But it's a huge compliment and achievement to hear that from a fan and a follower. So that's why I do it. You know? I'm very. That's the funny thing. When I give attention, music-wise or on stage, I'm in control. And sometimes, like, yo, dude, you're an absolute legend. I'm like, yeah. It's just like feeling uncomfortable to hear that. But sometimes you need to really be thankful in that way and let people say that, because it's their way of expressing their gratitude or being grateful to you. So yeah, it wouldn't be. I don't walk away for it, but I don't want to take the shine. I hate arrogance. I hate like being phony or fake or being out of yourself. Next to what? Yeah.
And who do you view as an OG in the house scene?
Oh wow. Well, the obvious names, but yeah. I think from music perspective, Danny Tenaglia, Louis Vega, Masters at Work, Kenny Dope, Todd Terry, those were the guys who were inspiring me back in the days when I first went out. Even Eric Morillo, he sadly is not amongst us anymore for years. But those were the guys. And Eric E. Roog, those guys were the reason I stepped into this house music. And Gary Chandler was one of the first, which I actually didn't know. That track is called Dreamer G. I've Got That Feeling, and I got it on vinyl. And I wasn't aware of it, that it was Gary Chandler, but I was hooked on that very big bass line and this raw kick, that rawness US sound in the early 90s. So actually I found out 4 or 5 years later that it was Gary Chandler, like another name of a production, Dreamer G. So those are the guys who I really stepped up to. But yeah, for now, there are a lot of like talented guys. Fabio Santos is one of the young guys I look up to. That sounds really weird if I say that, because there you have it. I'm super humble, but I think the new generation, he's authentic, he's real, he's just down to earth. You can have a drink with him, no arrogance. I'm just like getting like all this itches and scratches from arrogance. So I hate fake people. So you need to be real and work hard. Just work your ass off. Just do your thing, and not only about social media attention. Just be authentic and try to bring something that isn't on the table just yet. So
yeah, true. Any other talents that you would say like?
Yeah, that's more in the techno era. Meisha Voix. He's a guy who's doing quite well in the techno. He's also graduating this year from the Herman Brood Academy. There are a lot of. I don't want to put all the students. So it's very. I want to be very careful of which I mention.
I understand.
But there are a lot of like young talented guys, even from the UK. Some guys I never heard of sending me music, or I see at TikTok, because my girlfriend always see like funny cat videos, but I always see like music.
Yeah, I have the same problem.
And yeah, sometimes it's just like being in the algorithm of new UK garage artists of only like 15 or 17 years old. And I'm like, dude, send me your music, please. You got fucking talent. So I want to guide you. Maybe it's something for Eardrums, maybe it isn't, but I definitely want to play it. And luckily, I'm in this position now. I can easily send a message. Yo, man, can you send me this? Oh yeah, would be nice if you can play it and send me the content. You know how it works. So yeah, there are a lot of future legends up and coming, and as long as you're being real and having a certain sound, which I feel that's okay.
What do you think is the reason that house is so big right now and bigger than EDM?
Well, I think that's old man talk now at a bar, but it's always coming in waves, and going in waves. So straight after COVID, everybody was full of energy. The harder, the better, sound-wise. More BPMs, like verknipt and all the hardstyle stuff. And slowly, you see that people are diving more into music to listen to proper music on a barbecue event or just like a birthday party with your friends or in the car at the gym, whatever. It's not only about peak time banging. It's more about timeless music. And I think house music has always been there from A to C, from once it was started back in Chicago to up until now. It's never gone away completely. Of course, you had the EDM bubble, with all due respect, back then, half 2000s, let's say 2005, 6, 7, 8, 9. It was huge. It was the biggest export product of the Netherlands. Nicky Romero, etc. With all due respect to him. But now I think people are looking for something 90s. It's very popular now.
Yeah,
you see
it's really
garage,
old school.
From Ketamat up until more deeper styles like Dungeon Meat or soulful house with a twist, as long as it sounds original and not being spliced up or AI generated. So I think that's something house music will always adopt.
Yeah. And we also have some quickfire questions, as always.
We
need to have TikTok content because they can't listen to a whole.
It's boring, isn't it?
Yeah, they really think it's boring after 20 seconds. I was just looking at that, but if we start posting the clips in 20 seconds, it will go way harder than if we just put a 45 seconds clip.
Oh, really?
But it's getting.
Yeah, but that's not.
Yeah, it's like bullshit if you do that. Like you can.
I'm so happy that you're part of the job and I don't need to.
No, but we're not going to do that because then you get the worst content ever. What's your favorite own tune you've ever produced?
Oh my god, this question. Just cut out the empty seconds. Dropping content. I think the New York Accent EP with Carrie and the track with Mr. V telling a story about how I started. That's my Amsterdam legacy. With my good friend Victor V. That's my own lyrics I recorded at first, but I've got a Dutch Amsterdam accent, so he's way more better. He's a legend vocalist. But I wrote these lyrics about getting for the first time into the club in 1993, dreaming of a career, now touring internationally. So that's my story in 4.5 minutes.
Yeah.
So that's my most recent. One of my most recent EP where I'm super proud of, and I think tells a story about my whole career right now. So,
your favorite festival or event or venue to play?
I don't want to put other festivals behind, but Thuishaven, I remember it was winter 2017 when Benny Rodriguez suggested to Casper from Thuishaven to put me in the Loods to close his winter circus, Benny Rodriguez and friends. And that was my first time I ever played peak time closing Thuishaven. So I've got very special memories and a good connection with Thuishaven ever since. That's in the Netherlands, and Fabric is one in the UK. Actually be happy to play there in 2 weeks with Job de Jong. Shout out to Job. Fabric is also, the sound system is so badass and very well as, every festival venue. I love Colorado Charlie. It's on its own. It's hard to compare. And Brett this Friday is going to be sick as well. So, yeah.
Okay. Cool. Your favorite artist of all time, but in all genres?
Ooh, this one would surprise you. Sounding like an old white guy now. Genesis, Phil Collins.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
well, that's a really sick one. So
before there was even house music, or even there was disco and like some fusion dance music coming up. I remember I got my first Turn Up the Bass CD in 1989 or 1990 with CNC Music Factory. Everybody dance now. It's kind of music and some hip house. But before that, I was a huge fan of the drum patterns, the rhythm patterns Phil Collins was playing on before he got like commercial with Genesis, but the old one. And the funny thing is, I was playing in Salt Lake City this summer. And I've said it before in an interview that I'm a huge fan of the old Genesis 70s music due to my uncle, who actually introduced it to me on vinyl. And this guy stepped up to me with a Trick of the Tail album, sealed, and he got it from another city like 2 hours driving from Salt Lake City.
No way.
He saw it online and he was the same day like 4 hours in a car to buy it for me and to give it to me. So I was really touched. I was like, wow, he did listen to that podcast when I was like flabbergasted, like amazing. So I still got it on vinyl, sealed. Yeah, Genesis is, the drum patterns are the way I self-learned or taught myself how to create rhythms. So
Yeah, sick. Your dream back-to-back partner?
Oh shit, that's a tough question.
Phil Collins.
Phil Collins, that poor old man. His health is not that good anymore. He's an old man now, but why not do Michael Bibi or something like being out of my comfort zone? I'm very good with Michael, but maybe sometimes I'd just like to see how it would work. And I know he's more into UK garage right now, and all the guys are. So maybe that would be an interesting combination.
Yeah, I would love to check that. Favorite set you've ever played?
Last summer, QuINvites, Benny Rodriguez, the moment we all just grabbed each other, and that was house music as a warm blanket, Benny called it. It was pure, it was magical for me and for the crowd, and it was one of the best moments I ever had, my two legends next to me. That was a dream come true, for sure. Yeah. Sold out Colorado, and there were no incidents at the door. I was told in a debriefing afterwards, there were no tickets on Ticket Swap anymore. So it was only, and a very young crowd as well. So I'm very happy.
A sunny day too on the beach?
Perfect. It wasn't too hot,
day.
No. So it wasn't like a greenhouse effect, but it was very nice. It was the most special day, I think, in my career till now.
Yeah, really understandable.
Yeah. And I was also wondering, you have played many sets. What's the longest set you've ever played?
Toffler, I guess. Doing an all-nighter from 11 till 6 in the morning. I did it in 2017 and I did it in, was it 2023 with Benny all night? Well, it wasn't because Benny took over, then we went back to back, but I was opening, doing some back-to-back stuff and then closing back-to-back. But I think the one before in 2017 or 18 was all night from 11 till 6. So that's my longest set ever.
Okay.
And the funny thing is, you could go on, you hear that every time, but there's adrenaline going on, and I don't need to go to the bathroom, funny enough. So, and I'm still in this energy, endorphin kind of rush. Once you stop, and it's like, oh, I'm an old man, my back hurts, and you want to go on and on and on. So the music is driving you towards playing well till eternity.
Cool. And what are your plans for 2026? Do you think you can surpass this year?
Tough question. Well, keep on going what I'm doing. I'm happy. You see a very happy guy in front of you, and let the music do the talking. That's kind of a cliche, but doing tours. I'm doing an Australia tour in January as well. Enjoy visiting new places, meeting new people, and introducing people with my sound. So, and as long as I'm happy, I hope everybody around me is happy. So just keep on going. That's it.
Cool, man. I think
we're going to wrap it up.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming, man.
Well, it's been a pleasure.
Really enjoyed it. Thanks.
Did you ask everything you wanted to ask?
No, I don't know, but a lot of it.
I think
so.
Yeah, of course.
Nice. I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. So
thanks for coming.
Until the next.